Hi there, I'm Mike. What I have for you today is Star Wars The Black Series number 62, Han Solo, from the new Solo movie. Go ahead and take a look at this picture while I read the bio on the back. Han Solo reinvents himself after leaving behind his old life. Now, Solo is growing increasingly comfortable traveling with lawbenders and scoundrels. So this is one of those weird things. Am I reviewing this toy? Am I reviewing the movie? Am I reviewing the connection that exists between the two? So my thoughts on whether or not Harrison Ford is playing Han Solo, or whether or not I'm looking forward to the Solo movie in general, I don't really feel are super relevant. I'm reviewing this toy. This is the star of the Solo movie. He looks like Han Solo, technically, because he is playing Han Solo. Does he look like Harrison Ford? No. Am I okay with that? Kinda. This is something that I'm going to be wrestling with throughout the entire review. I go back and forth, honestly. This is a really good likeness of Alden Ehrenreich. It looks just like him. From the neck down, it looks just like Han Solo. From the neck up, it looks like what could be a young Han Solo if you squint. It's not Hasbro's fault that Disney cast not Harrison Ford to play a 20-year-old Han Solo. I mean, it makes sense that they didn't. I don't think Harrison Ford would want to do it even if they did. And if you really want to do some fun mental gymnastics, maybe he's not Han Solo on your shelf. Maybe he's Han Solo's cousin. Maybe he's Han Solo's son. Honestly, I've toyed with the idea of putting him next to Jaina Solo, putting a lightsaber in his hand, and just saying he's Jason. He doesn't really look all that far off. He's got his dad's kind of look about him, I guess. So really, you can kind of spin it and headcanon it all you want. I know a lot of Star Wars people are really good with their headcanons. The clothes look like they belong in Star Wars almost more than anything from Rogue One. And I think it looks good. It doesn't look like Harrison Ford. It's just something I feel like as fans, we're either going to move past or move out. And I'm just choosing to move past it because I don't want to move out. Let's take a look at its accessories, because what is Han Solo without his trusty blaster? Nothing. So thankfully he comes with that, but there's not much else he comes with. Like at all. Not even a little bit. I think the last Han Solo we got, the old one, had the same issue. He just comes with a gun and that's pretty much it. Obviously it's beginning of April at this point recording this. I haven't seen the movie. The movie's not out yet until May. So I really don't know what he should come with. What I do know is the very first Han Solo figure we got way back in 2013 came with 2 belts, 2 guns, and a pair of hands with gloves on it. He basically came with everything he should have come with to be a New Hope Han Solo. And they did a great job giving him the proper accessories. This comes with a gun. So it's a pretty big disappointment to say the least. Is there anything I can really think of off the top of my head that he should come with? No, again, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what he should come with. Alternate heads, alternate hands are always things that characters should come with. Mostly because if you look at all of the hands in every Star Wars figure released so far, all of their hands are sculpted like this to hold something. That's not really great if you're just posing them. If you're just having them stand there, they all look like they have like severe arthritis or cerebral palsy. No one stands naturally like this or like this. One of the great things of SH Figuarts or anything that Bandai does is they come with alternate hands. So if you just want him just standing, it doesn't look like he's clawing at something or imagining what it feels like to hold something in his hands that's not there. I mean, look at my hands right now. I'm not holding anything. That's what they should look like. But what he does come with is pretty good. The gun looks really nice. It definitely looks like, you know, Han Solo's gun. It fits in his hand super nicely. The finger fits nicely on the trigger in that hand. So there's really nothing to complain about there. It also fits nicely into the belt. The belt, like I said earlier, is not removable. In fact, it's actually glued onto his leg, even though it is a separate piece and could have been removable. The strap pegs over the gun and closes it nicely. The gun fits snugly in there, but not too snugly to where you don't want to put it in or take it out because you're afraid it's going to break, which is a problem sometimes with these holsters and guns. However, because his holster is glued to his leg, that does severely hinder the way you can move that leg, which segues us right into articulation. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Han's head moves side to side, forward that much, back that much. The ball joint allows for a pretty good tilt. The arm moves all the way out, all the way around. There's a single jointed hinge at the elbow that allows for a more than 90-degree turn, as well as a swivel. There's a hinge at the wrist, as well as a swivel. This wrist hinges this way. He has a diaphragm joint that allows for a swivel. Nothing really forward, nothing really back. His leg moves this far forward, this far back. He has an upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, a hinge at the ankle, as well as an ankle rocker. With this being Han Solo's widest stance with both his feet flat on the ground. The articulation's pretty good. It's nothing to write home about. It's nothing new. There's nothing groundbreaking. Getting the negatives out of the way, having the holster glued to his leg is just ridiculous. There's no reason why it should be. I'm genuinely afraid that if I bend the leg too far one day, that it will snap right where it's connected, because it's connected to this band thing right down here. That's kind of a bummer. Everything else is pretty normal. Head, arms, the way the legs move. He doesn't have so much of a forward and back on his diaphragm joint, which is a little on the disappointing side. The articulation's not great in some places. It's okay in some places, but the one place that I do like that they've been doing normally is in the elbow. Yes, it's a single jointed elbow. Yes, I usually dock it when it's a single jointed elbow because it hinders the movement of the arm. However, it doesn't here. They have sculpted the arm to bend at a much greater than 90-degree angle. If they must only have a single joint, I overlook it when they have that range of movement because it gives me the result that I want, which is fine. Sometimes the sculpt can fix the articulation problems. Speaking of sculpt, let's go ahead and take a look at that. The sculpt on the face and hair, honestly, kind of cheating. It's face printing technology, but I'm not gonna really complain about that too much because I like it. It looks fantastic. He looks like the actor. The clothes are well sculpted. The jacket is a separate piece. It's a flexible rubber material, kind of a hard molded plastic. It's got lots of detail on the pockets, on the folds. The paint apps on the shoulders look really, really good. The fabric is clearly sculpted and detailed all the way down the arm. I will say, a negative on that shirt though is the diaphragm joint is just clearly visible. Sometimes they try to hide that diaphragm joint by saying, oh, it's just a fold in the shirt. Sometimes they can pull it off. They are not pulling it off with this one. However, upon further inspection, one of the places in which the sculpt really fails this Han Solo is in the butt region. This is maybe one of the worst butts of any figure in my collection. The belt is a separate piece and well sculpted, but not removable. The pants are well sculpted, and he does have that stripe very crisply painted down his legs. Hopefully, we'll, in canon, learn how he got those. I know there's been lots of explanations over the years of what they are, where they came from, but I'm pretty sure all of those are no longer canon. And the boots are boots. They're fine. They're boots. They look like boots. They're sculpted differently than the pants. They're there, which is, you know, what they needed to be. There. So what about this figure? Where do you get it? I got this from my friend Ryan, or LaserPants Toy Junk / LaserPants Toy Shots, if you want to follow him on YouTube and Instagram, respectively. You might hear his name come up a lot because he likes to send me stuff, and I like getting the stuff that he sends me. His local comic shop got these in way early, like a month ago, and he had an extra Han Solo, and he's like, do you want it? And I said, yeah. But I have seen reports of Walmarts and Targets putting the figures out early. I haven't seen anything officially about a street date, although I've heard April 13th thrown around a lot. I haven't seen any big pushes for, you know, a new Force Friday or a Solo Friday, like there was a Rogue Friday and stuff like that. And if there were, there wouldn't be a Toys R Us to go to at midnight to experience it. I have a feeling that within the next couple weeks, these will be littering the shelves, and I have a sneaking suspicion that because of fans' disdain for the movie in general, and the fact that Harrison Ford is not playing Han Solo, he will be probably a peg warmer. So then what do I feel about this figure? Is it the best or the absolute worst? Well, it's somewhere in between. I give this an arbitrary rating of about a 3 out of 5. It's definitely not the best figure in my collection, but it's not the worst figure in my collection. It has some pluses, it has some minuses. It has some things I like about it, it has some things I don't like about it. Does it represent maybe a time in Star Wars that maybe won't be good? Maybe. It's hard to say for now because I haven't seen the movie. but I haven't made up my mind already that I'm gonna hate it, because I don't feel like that's fair to anything. And I actually, unlike some people, like Star Wars. Just because Alden Ehrenreich isn't Harrison Ford, it doesn't mean someone time traveled back into the past and inserted him into your, Star Wars DVD. Harrison Ford's still there, giving you that lopsided scoundrel grin he usually would. That's just not gonna change. And given the choice between bad Star Wars and no Star Wars, I will always choose bad Star Wars, because Star Wars. That's why I own the prequels on DVD. So that's been it for my Han Solo review. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. There's a couple different ways in the downstairs area you can support my channel if you want to. And a special thank you to everyone that joined me in my Q&A stream last night that I did. I said that I was going to be recording this the day after, and here I am, recording it the day after. If you want to hang out with me, I'll try to do it on a weekend night so more people can join. I usually do it towards the beginning of the month. I'll post something on my channel if you like that. Go ahead, give us a like, share, subscribe. You know, the normal YouTube stuff. It really does help the channel out if you interact with it. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. And I'll see you later. Bye.